Imagine finding $100 on the street. A quick rush of joy, right? Now picture losing that exact same $100. Why does the pain of loss often feel twice as strong as the pleasure of gain? This isn't merely anecdotal, it's a fundamental aspect of human psychology. It shapes our financial choices in profound, often invisible ways. Have you ever held on to a losing investment just hoping it would come back? Perhaps you hesitated to switch to a better service, fearing the hassle of change. These are not signs of weakness or poor judgment. They are manifestations of a powerful cognitive bias called loss aversion. By the end of this video, you will understand this bias. You will gain strategies to make more rational money decisions. The concept of loss aversion explains why the pain of losing is twice as potent as the pleasure of winning. This isn't a minor psychological quirk. It fundamentally impacts our perception of risk and reward. Consider a simple coin flip. Would you bet $100 on heads if winning meant gaining 150? Most people would decline. The potential upside often needs to be significantly larger. This bias makes us overly cautious, even when odds are in our favor. It's the fear of losing that often paralyzes us. Loss aversion was first formally described by Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. These Nobel laureates revolutionized economics. They showed that human decisions are often irrational. It's a foundational element of behavioral economics. Loss aversion isn't merely about money. It applies to anything we possess or perceive as ours. This bias causes us to value something more once we own it. It's why selling something feels harder than buying it. This is not a character flaw. It is an ingrained cognitive shortcut within our brains. This bias infiltrates many everyday financial decisions. One common manifestation is holding on to losing stocks. You might see its value drop, yet you resist selling, waiting for it to recover. The actual loss is only realized when you sell. This emotional pain of realization keeps many trapped. Conversely, loss aversion can make us sell winning investments too early. We want to lock in that gain to avoid any possibility of it disappearing. This often prevents us from maximizing long-term returns. But the influence of loss aversion extends far beyond just investments. It subtly shapes even your most routine financial choices. Think about reluctance to switch banks or service providers. Even if better options exist, the perceived effort of change feels like a loss. This includes the loss of familiarity or convenience. Many insurance decisions are also driven by this bias. People pay premiums to avoid the perceived loss of a catastrophic event. The psychological roots of loss aversion run deep. Our ancestors survived by prioritizing avoiding threats. A missed meal was less impactful than being eaten by a predator. The brain regions associated with fear and pain are activated by losses. The amygdala, for instance, plays a key role. This neurological response is automatic and powerful. It means we are hardwired to react intensely to losses. This ancient survival mechanism now impacts our modern financial health. Loss aversion, left unchecked, can be costly. It leads to missed opportunities for growth. Holding on to underperforming assets ties up capital. This capital could be invested elsewhere, earning returns. It creates inertia in financial planning. We often stick with suboptimal choices. The fear of cutting losses prevents adaptation. This can severely impact long-term wealth accumulation. The awareness of loss aversion is the first step to mitigating its effects. Here are some actionable strategies. First, frame decisions in terms of overall goals, not individual gains or losses. A small realized loss might be a small step toward a larger objective. Second, set clear rules beforehand. For investments, this might involve stop-loss orders. Decide your exit strategy when emotion is not influencing you. But there's an even more subtle trap: the hidden cost of not acting. We'll uncover that next. Third, focus on the opportunity cost of inaction. What are you missing by not making a change? Sometimes the biggest loss is the one you don't even see. Fourth, use mental accounting wisely. Separate your money into different mental buckets. This can help detach individual losses from your overall financial picture. Lastly, embrace small known losses to avoid larger, unknown ones. Understanding loss aversion is not about eliminating a natural human tendency.